That's part 2 of this video diary, I suppose you can call it, can't you? Yeah, from the young days. Another major memory that I can remember when I was young, we was living near Penge, 45 Wiverton Road, and an incident that happened there when I was, how old was I? Probably about 5 or 6. I was about that age, yeah. And yeah, we rented. My parents rented the upstairs of this property, and there was like an Asian family that lived below us. Yeah, I think they had a boy and a girl. They were probably just a little bit older than us, probably about, well, I remember that the girl probably was about 12 or 10, 11 or 12, about that age, about 12 possibly, but we were a bit younger than her, and the boy was probably about the same age as us. I remember we had a scooter. Mum and Dad bought me and my brother a scooter, and it was a really, actually it was quite a posh one for the time, and it had blow up tyres on it, you know, proper rubber, you know, pumped up tyres on it, whereas a lot of scooters around that time just had hard solid tyres. So the one that we had was quite a posh one. And I remember that the boy, I can't remember his name, it was so long ago, always wanted to borrow our he wanted to always borrow our scooter all the time. I don't know if we actually let him kind of use it all the time in the garden. You know, whenever we wanted to go into the garden, we had access to the garden. And I know that we weren't in there an awful lot, but when we were, you know, we was on that blooming scooter. And I know that that boy always wanted to kind of borrow that scooter. Yeah, and then remember just this one particular day. You know, we could hear I could hear a commotion going on. It was a kind of sunny day. From what I remember, I was upstairs and my brother was with us and that. And there was a commotion going on downstairs, and then the next thing we knew, that there was well, with all the noise that was going on, it sounded like someone was in the bathroom and something was happening, and there was water coming out from under the bathroom door downstairs. And what that was the daughter, unfortunately, was overcome by fumes. They had a boiler in that bathroom area, and it was giving off fumes, and the daughter succumbed to it and unfortunately drowned in the bath. The water was obviously on the tap was flowing, and so the water overflowed, and that's the only way that the parents of that girl understood that something, you know, wasn't right, because they couldn't raise their daughter, and plus this water was coming out from under the door, and I think the door was locked. And I think obviously they had to smash the door in, and when they got in there they found that their daughter had drowned in the bath. So I think that was my very first encounter of seeing grown-ups really panic, and I suppose my very first encounter of death. I remember like looking out of the window, seeing the ambulance turn up. I can't remember if a police car turned up, but I remember the ambulance turning up and actually wheeling her body out, and her body was covered up. I remember I was on looking out the window, and I was standing on Mum had a really nice service tray with wheels on it, with a glass top. And I remember just standing on this glass top, just trying to look out of the window to see all this commotion going on, and this poor young girl's body being wheeled into the into the ambulance. And whilst I was doing that, looking out the window, I cracked the glass on mum's posh table. This trolley type affair, and mum weren't best pleased. I must admit, I think I got a good beating for breaking her trolley. Obviously, we weren't rich, and I can understand now. When I look back, I can understand, why she was angry with us. Because, yeah, good things don't come easy, and that was one of Mum's pride and joys, and I just went ahead and broke it in all the excitement. Well, it's not the excitement, in all of this tragedy that was happening around us at that time. So I remember getting a good beating for that, but nonetheless, that kind of registered with me, seeing that these grown-ups really panicking over that situation, and I think that had a profound influence on me. First encounter with death, I suppose, because I did know that girl, and the next thing I remember Mum and Dad trying to kind of talking to you and to me about what had happened, and that we probably won't ever see this daughter again. I don't know what happened long after that. I think that the couple downstairs possibly moved not long after that. But as far as I can remember, that we moved not long after that as well, ourselves. That was that's a memory.